Structure is your safety net. What's up, team, and welcome back to the beanbag for another episode of Caffeine, Kilos and Kilometers. As an extension of my last video, we're going to talk about how to respond to when life doesn't go to plan and why structure is so important as your safety net. Whether you are dieting, trying to gain muscle, trying to be stronger, this applies to you. The mistake people think is tracking calories keeps me on track. It's the only way. In reality, it's the structure and organization that keeps you on track. Tracking calories, tracking workouts, having a system in place just helps you build that structure. This week, I barely tracked my food as well as I normally do, and I still reached that new body weight low. As a recap, my week had to completely change because of car issues, organizing a new car, sorting things out, missing training. Stress was through the roof, and tracking and sessions and planning was not perfect by any means. But I still trained the back end of the week, Thursday to Sunday when I could. I still tracked the foods that I would normally eat. I still managed to get several posing sessions done to make sure I'm on track with my posing. But most importantly, I stayed on my food routine, even though I wasn't tracking everything to the gram. And this is how this applies to you. I didn't need to track absolutely everything. I didn't need to nail the normal routine that I had this week because it wasn't a normal week. I've already spent the last 10 weeks in this cut. I've already spent the last X amount of time building the habits that have got me in place to be able to continue to do this despite these challenges. I already knew what breakfast was. I already knew what lunch was. I already knew what dinner was going to look like. I had a good idea about my snacks, my portions, and my protein that I was going to hit. I had some meal preps left over, ready to go, which honestly made my life an absolute breeze when it came to food choices. It was just there. It was done. I wasn't making dozens of decisions on top of the stress that I already had about the car. And that is why structure and organization is so powerful. It removes thinking. It moves decisions out of the way. On the flip side of this, when life gets busy or stress happens or things happen that are unplanned, if there's no meal prep, there's a takeaway. If we're not organized with training, we skip the session. If you've no idea what's for dinner, shit food, chocolate, crisps, and we feel guilty. And because we feel guilty, we skip tomorrow as well. All of a sudden, one day that's bad becomes 5 days that are bad, and you're in the trenches. You've undone all of your hard work. Discipline doesn't mean everything going to plan and everything being perfect. Discipline means today's session is easier, today's decisions are easier because of the things that you did in advance, the planning you did before, the lessons that you'd learned around food before. And the more decisions that we remove, the easier it becomes. If we've got prep, if we've got food, if we know what sessions we're going to hit, this structure and these lessons that I'd created and learned didn't become restrictive. They became my fallback. They were my safety net because this week has been a shit show, but I still managed to stay on target. I still lost weight. I still got posing in. I still got sessions in. Was it perfect? Fuck no. Did I have to think about it? Not really. I fell back on the habits and the structure that I'd created so that I didn't fall off the rails. Remember, structure isn't restrictive. It gives you the freedom to deal with challenges much more effectively. And if you've ever felt like you've fallen off the rails because you had no plan in place, drop me that follow. This is the stuff that I love talking about. Peace.